Trips awakening, y'all will feel my ancient signals, one within the universe is inside of me. I appreciate y'all and I love y'all, especially when y'all share your journey and your experience. You know, I really appreciate that. And what touched my heart, basically, whenever y'all say that you and your loved ones watch my channel. You know, some of y'all put out there and said, hey, me and my family were watching you. You're getting out there, you know, and some of y'all say, hey, we put certain individuals on to your video and they are feeling you. I appreciate y'all. I really do. You know, much love to y'all. Changing shifts. Who wants to fly off of this world with Trip? Shift changing. Some of y'all are experiencing that. You're changing shift out of this illusion. You know, you was already programmed when you came out this portal. And you was giving your energy into the illusion skulls, like the school and, you know, your job, wherever you work at. You know, to me, that's an illusion skull. You know, you're inside of a building, and some houses look like faces if you really like pay attention and look at it. You know, and the shapes of the house, you know, you connect it to certain things like the triangles and squares, and it draws certain energy. And, you know, the poles and the wires. You know, I basically talked about that. I got deep into that, but let me finish saying what I got to say. You're changing shifts, all right? You know how some of y'all punch in your energy inside of, you know, the workplace, and you're on the system. There's no such thing as time, date, and months and years. That's to keep track of your energy, so you can harvest your energy and use your energy into low vibration worlds. All right, so there's no such thing as that, you know. And then of course they got it like, you know, 1 through 12, and 1 through 12, you know, they use the energy at a certain time, you know, so-called time. They, you know, like I said, that the numbers can shape shift and all of that stuff. Like, you know, the energy, like is basically certain energies around like at 3, 6, 12, and that's when they keep y'all distracted. You know, and I'm gonna do a video on that. I could really break that down and get deep into that. So you're changing. You're getting out of this illusion. And when I when I came out the portal, like I used to see certain things that some of y'all can't see with the physical eye. And I was like, when I would see certain things when I was young, I was like, I didn't really understand what it was at the time. You get what I'm saying? I didn't understand it when I was young. It was like I felt something before, you know. I was like, I feel something, you know. I felt like I was there. You get what I'm saying? So, you know, I would see certain things, and you know, when I started getting a little bit older, you know, I was like, you know, how come I keep seeing different beings that's not even in human form and different other things? And it would trip me out sometimes, you know. I would be like, what the, you know, and it would freak me out sometimes. I was like, oh, what is this, you know? And then I felt like I was getting prepared for something. You know, that's how I felt. I felt like I was getting prepared for something. My energy was all over the place. You know, I was like in a parallel universe and on this low vibration realm, on this physical realm, and different dimensions. Like, basically, I felt like it was all at once. And some be leaving me comments saying, hey, I'm trying to get on your level and stuff like that. And some demand me to say, hey, I'm not playing, you better show me how you break spells. And I'm like, get out of here with that. Like, what works for me might not work for you. You know, because you got to dig deep into your subconscious and connect with certain things. Certain things will come to you. You just can't sit here and think you're going to get it in a couple of days. Kind of messes that. Like, you know, and say if I showed you how I get rid of negative energy or, you know, certain entities and stuff like that, and I showed you, it might backfire on you and make your situation worse. So you can't ask someone that, because this take decades. This take, you know, you might not get it on this world. You might, your past energy, your past life, you might not even get it then. You might have still been programmed or choose to be programmed. You know, you gain certain things. Like, you gotta know what you're doing in the spiritual world and on this physical realm. You gotta be able to tell the difference between the holograms and different entities and what certain things you can connect with. This stuff is no joke. This is some deep stuff. You know, and it's bad enough certain individuals think, like, beings like us, they think we're crazy. You know, they think that we're crazy because we're not on that programming system. And some of y'all want it like a microwave dinner. I can show you and share my frequency, but I'm not going to sit here and tell you how I get rid of certain things. No, I'm not going to do that. That's something I, you know, share with my loved ones. And, you know, they have to find out. I share it with them to a certain level, and they got to find out on, you know, their own. I would give my loved ones more, you know, and I don't mind sharing with y'all, but, you know, I got to look out for my loved ones, like, really on a spiritual level. I got to guide them. I got to, you know, share with them. Like, I got to share, like, extra stuff with them, you know, and that's just how it is. I can't sit here. It's like, you think the sensei gonna teach their student, like, you know, everything? You know, like, and then, like, in front of the whole class, you think certain senseis would actually do that? Because, you know, I mean, they might just be like, okay, I'm gonna challenge them, or use certain things, you know, use that for, like, negative stuff. Like, you know, they you know, certain individuals can study certain individuals, say, okay, I know they're gonna throw this punch or they're gonna throw this kick. I know how to dodge this and that, and what I learned from them, they can use that against you. You know, so, like, that, the stuff that I've been through, like with certain individuals and in the spiritual world and different entities, that stuff is deep. And then, you know, like, and I connect and get certain information on a spiritual level from other worlds that y'all can't see with the physical eye. And I give y'all heads up because to me, this stuff that's going on right now, that's old. I'm like 20 steps ahead of them. But they got y'all behind in your subconscious messed up. You know, so like I said, some of y'all still on that low frequency. Like with some of your old bloodlines, y'all stuck, your subconscious is stuck in certain worlds. You know, when I first, like, you know, like I've been through certain things. And then once I seen the illusion, you know, because I was so used to seeing this programming system, and like I said, I used to question stuff. Once I started cracking through the illusion, seeing certain things, I was like, that like will kind of mess you up. You know, you'll be like, this is some heavy stuff. Like, I didn't even think I existed for a while. Like, I thought I was like the Invisible Man. You know, I asked a couple of my loved ones, I was like, do I even exist? And they probably was like looking at me like, you know, this guy out there or something. But, you know, you go through that. You know, like in certain individuals, whether it's relatives or certain individuals, they're not going to understand what you're going through. And I was going through that. And certain individual, in order for you to connect and get to where you want to go or what route you want to take, you got to disconnect yourself away from negative things, even if you have to disconnect yourself from relatives or certain individuals. And that's real. And they of course, they're going to have something negative to say because they're still stuck on that programming system. They're going to have something negative to say. You know, and I just feel like, you know, some is not on my level. And I don't mean that in a cocky way because I'm not on a programming system. Like I said, I don't give a damn about the basketball, football, baseball, the politicians, the preachers, conscious Muppets, the world leaders, the list goes, society groups, government. I could care less. I'm not on that. I'm all about, like, you know, connecting and moving to different worlds and stuff and doing other things and connecting with y'all, sharing my frequency, and so y'all can get out of this programming mess. Some is already out of the programming mess, but some, you know, want to escape. I can share certain things with you, but I can't just sit here and say, well, this is how you know, whenever somebody say, well, because I've seen conscious Muppets do that, say, and I did a video on that before, that tell y'all, like, oh, get some incense or get some candles, and some preachers or somebody say, get the guitar and sing Kumbaya and all that mess, and, you know, or they'll tell y'all, like, oh, you should go around a tree and play ring around the rosy or any, many, mighty, mo, and just, you know, giving you all these lines, and then say, oh yeah, by the way, make sure you donate, or if you want to know, go to my website and drop some money off. You know, to me, they don't know what they're talking about. And then if they giving y'all that type of information to how to break spells and all of that stuff, that's fake to me. They just heard someone else do it, and some of them, they always using the same stuff. That's just like when the corporations, like, are these certain movies, my apologies, certain movies, you know, how they act like certain individuals are possessed or something, and they say, get the cross, and they put the cross, or the vampire movies, the cross and stuff. And I know the meaning behind that, but these Christians and stuff, that's the first thing they want to do, go get some cooking oil or crosses and stuff like that, you know. And they was programmed, they was taught that stuff, and that stuff don't work, you know. And then they praying to these different entities like Allah and Jesus and all these different characters, and that stuff don't work. And they don't know that their preachers, the crooked preachers that's connected with these society groups, be speaking Latin, and then having them speaking some kind of gibberish or some kind of crazy language, and they thinking they speaking in tongues, but that's another story. But you know, it's just like the movies, you know. That's to me, that's just a bunch of mess. You can't sit here and you have to find your own power. You have to dig deep if you want to be on top. Like I said, like when my shift changed, not to get off topic, but I had to just throw that in there. But when our shift changed, like things started looking different, like, you know, the stop signs and all of that stuff. It was like I could see the illusion, you know, like even certain individuals to me looked fake. They wasn't real. I was like, you know, it would trip you out because you look at them and be like, damn, this individual look weird. Like, you know, you'll see different beings. You'll start seeing certain things and you'd be like, hey, that's not normal. And that would like really like trip you out, like straight up. You know, I just felt like I didn't exist. And, you know, I got depressed. That stuff will make you depressed. But I know I was getting prepared for something, like prepared for the spiritual war battles and you know, what I'm doing right now. You know, like certain information that I give y'all, I get attacked by different entities, but I know how to shake them off. I know how to shake their ass up. You know, like you know, you have to earn that. You have to gain power. You can't, like I said, this ain't no microwave meal, like where you think you're gonna get a quick fix. Nah, it don't work like that for real. This is some heavy stuff. This is some stuff that you can't play with. You know, like you have to work your way up. You have to go through certain things. Like I went through a lot of stuff. You know, like I earned, you know, the stuff that I got. I earned that. You know, and like these Muppets and stuff out here, you know, they all about, you know, throwing y'all off in different corporations. The negative shadows got their puppets. They got their puppets out there controlling y'all's frequency. Whether it's religion, celebrities, politicians, the list goes on. You know, they got them, you know, that's their children, these Muppets. They got them sucking y'all's energy like vampires and stuff. Like vampires, like straight up. You know, so you have to find your power. That's as simple as that. You know, and it doesn't matter what people think. You know, let them go through whatever they go through. Let them say whatever they got to say. Because people are going to say something negative, you know, like, and put you down. And like I said, whether it's relatives or certain individuals or whoever you connected with. You know, and of course you got to survive. You know, you got to survive. Don't put your energy into these corporations when you punch in. Yes, I know some of y'all got to feed your loved ones. But look at it as, to me, I look at it as like it's entertainment. You know, I look at certain things like I don't work for no corporation. Forget that mess. But some of y'all got to, you know, you got to work. You know, and you know, like I got my own little business going on. You know, so do what makes you happy. You know, whether, when, like I said, if you punch in, don't give your all to that, because they can get rid of you. They can mentally mess with you. And to me, that's certain places that you step in, you're always going to be around certain negative things. You know, it's hard, but you just got to be balanced, put it that way. So, like I said, I appreciate y'all for connecting with me. And like I said, like I've been through certain things, you know, like I said, I gained this wisdom and the ancient signals, and I've been through a lot of stuff, like, and like I said, it's a lot of stuff I would love to share with y'all, but certain stuff I can't, because certain stuff might just be a little too deep, and like, you know, on a spiritual level. And some of y'all probably will understand it. Some of y'all probably went through some of the stuff that I've been through on the spiritual level. But, you know, I just had to put that out there. You know, no preacher, none of them. No, these Muppets, conscious Muppets, no one can help you but yourself. You got to go through this. You got to go through this mess. Now, you can't expect someone to hold your hand. You got to go through this stuff. You have certain beings that you can't see around you, and it can be negative or positive. But you got to figure out what works for you. What? Did somebody say something?